Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Just going to get through some news here this morning. Um, Canadian politicians suggest China is talking canola. A couple articles came out overnight. China is willing to resume exchanges with Canada and cooperate on various fields of foreign. Its foreign minister said it in its Canadian or to its Canadian counterpart without specifying the sectors. The official Xinhua news agency reported on Tuesday. Wang made the remarks to Canada's Anita Anand over a phone call following the meeting between President Xi and Carney on the sidelines at the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, the APEC Forum in South Korea. It just they also say that it marks a return to bilateral ties because they had a conversation. I don't put any weight in uh, listening to the politicians saying that there's thawing of the talks or anything. Let's see some action because we haven't seen any action from these politicians that are currently running here. Nothing at all. Senate advances deal to end the government shutdown. The key priorities proposed legislation includes 3-year-long funding bills covering military construction. Veteran Affairs, Agriculture, the FDA operations, ensuring these agencies are funded through September of 2026. It also restores the full funding of the Supplemental Nutrition or the SNAP, and provides further federal layoffs until and prohibits further federal layoffs until January 30th. So there's going to be another possible shutdown when we get to that kind of timeline. And so the Senate pushes it back to Congress and is very likely to pass there. EU agrees to relax green rules and farming subsidy, and so here we're the Canadian government is got all kinds of restrictions on, and here's the EU that's taking restrictions off. So wake up, Canada. Canadian Agriculture says, yeah. So here it visited him, expressed optimism. Relations are warming. That's the words that they have to use in media these days to say that they printed something, I guess. Um, Table saw this is a liberal here that got moved to the back bench, and he's talking about Carney's budget. He's just kind of ripping them apart. If you can find this on YouTube, it's actually pretty funny. Copa. Uh, so you can see here we're slightly ahead of pace. This week was at 91.5%. The year to date is 89.1. So it's almost a percentage point a year ago pace. And the other plant is online, so this actually should be a lot higher than this. But anyway, like the plant in Regina is, as far as I know, it's actually starting to produce some oil. Um, this is a pretty fun fact here as well, just showing in a different graphic here, but we're 54.1% behind pace year to date of canola exports. And that's CGC data. Last year we were just over 3 million metric tons, and we're just over a million and a half here. Uh, just a fun fact, I just used a 5% interest rate, so that is like maybe the best you can find, and a 5 cents per ton per day storage cost, and again, just using Jan to go to March, it's like 138%. It's paying for your interest to sell farther out in the future, and some storage costs, depending on what your interest rate is. If you move it up to 7%, it's still over 100%, but I can maybe share with that with growers that are looking for that. Just a quick look at the weather. Getting wetter in the U.S. So if there's any delays in harvest in any areas, it's probably going to continue to get hampered a little bit. Drought monitor. I was sitting down with a client yesterday, and we're just looking at soil moisture, and he's just close to Regina there, and he's definitely in probably. He said it's pretty bad for moisture, and driving around there, it does not look like much. And counting on snowfall is probably not the best thing to count on for soil moisture, but they'll take it for sure. They are dry. Temperatures, as we see it, just some pretty cold temperatures going across the U.S., and it does warm up right away. But here's the snowfall weather for the next. Um, Basically takes us all the way out to the end of the month, so you can see that there's a band, northern Saskatchewan, or mid to northern Saskatchewan, I guess, and into some of the northern parts of Manitoba as well. Here's your total precipitation, and it does look pretty favorable, knowing that that's the biggest growing area right there for soybeans. Here's the just the precipitation anomaly. So it does look like it's drying out. And when you look at this one here, it's just your temperature, and there's really nothing kind of showing anything bad there, that's for sure. Quick look at the markets. Canola is closed, but I'll show you the charts here. But it was up $5 yesterday on the close. Rapeseed down $0.25 euro. Soybean oil getting close to 51 cents. Palm oil up to 41.37 ringgit. Crude oil close to 60.50 West Texas, and the U.S. Harbor diesel fuel is at $2.53 U.S. gallon. Soybean 11.26 down 3.5 cents or 3.25 cents. Spring wheat up a penny, and the other wheats are down a penny to basically flat. Corn is unchanged. So you can see that this is the canola, January canola. It's kind of not doing anything. It's kind of in a very tight little range in this area here right now. I am still interested in pricing, anywhere close to 670 if we can get back there, which we're not that terribly far away right now. So rapeseed, when looking at the European rapeseed, it did create like a small little pendant up here, and still trading in the upper end of that range. European rapeseed is 132 Canadian dollars higher price than Canadian canola. Soybean oil, it's up against some of those medium-term moving averages. Nice little leg up. It has to get probably higher than this 52 for it to be bullish. Right? And then you got many other steps up before you can actually say it's a real good trend change here. There is a lot of optimism about the U.S. Government opening back up for sure, and that's helped a lot of the markets. Crude palm oil basically created like a little bit of a floor here. Soybean futures, nice leg up, and basically pretty choppy with some wide-ranging trade there, but still at the top end of that trade. Still very interested in pricing a little bit of new crop soybeans at this value as well. Have a quick look at the dollar. It has moved up to some of those short-term moving averages off the floor. We'll have to see how this budget passes, or even if it does get passed. U.S. dollar index basically found its ceiling at the $100 index. Quick look at wheat. Now, I didn't move my trend line, but as you go sideways, you do break through trend lines. Now, how long are we going to trade sideways here? We traded sideways over here. We thought that was a bottom. So just keep note, be cautious on this. It is getting very cheap for the world wheat farmer. And who wants to plant wheat if majority of the wheat is winter planted? Or how much did get planted? I guess that's the other story that we need to figure out. And when will it get reported? Kansas and Chicago both pulled back off of the little blip of highs that we made there. Same thing with the France milling wheat. Corn futures, basically, here's another trend line. And again, it seems to everything is respecting the longer term trend lines down. Meats, all that downward, and then you get a limit up here. Move yesterday, same thing in the feeder cattle, and same thing in the hogs. Look at that. And that's all I have for you today.